Gosh, I had this whole video planned out, but then I couldn't think of her name. What's her name? What? Could you say it louder? Oh yeah, there we go. Uma, daughter of Ursula and one of the most dangerous villains on the Isle of the Lost. She has a hatred for Mal and the other villain kids who left, and is determined to one day take revenge and rule Auradon. But where does this anger come from? Where did she get her crew? And why does she have Ursula's necklace? Hello, I'm Isaac from WantSo Videos, where we discuss fun topics for fun people, and today I'm going to explain Uma's backstory. Spoiler warning for all of the Descendants novels, especially for the Rise of the Isle of the Lost. If you'd like to check out these awesome novels, you can find the links in the description. Mal wasn't just friends with Mad Maddie before she joined up with Jay, Carlos, and Evie. She also teamed up with the daughter of the Sea Witch, Uma. Years ago, before Mal and Uma were even 10 years old on the Isle of the Lost, Mal and Uma took part in petty crimes together. They were an inseparable duo who would prank even the likes of Captain Hook's crew by making TikTok noises to scare them. Mal and Uma were best of friends until the day Mal humiliated Uma. During an attempted prank on Cruella de Vil, Mal pretends to fall off the docks into the water, so Uma tries to save her. In reality, Mal was in position to surprise Uma with a bucket of shrimp poured all over her. The shrimp were disgusting, and the smell never seemed to leave Uma's long hair, resulting in Mal telling everyone to call Uma Shrimpy. Mal seemed to cut all ties with Uma and eventually replaces her with a new villainous group including Carlos, Evie, and Jay. With Maleficent as Mal's mother and 3 other feared villains and their children to back her up, Mal's crew ruled the Isle. But they weren't there forever. While Uma was forced to work in her mother's fish and chips restaurant, Mal and her friends were escorted out of the Isle with a royal limousine to Auradon, making Uma furious with envy. From that day forward, Uma vowed to get off the island and into Auradon, but Uma's anger only grew after Prince Ben's coronation as king. After Jane stole the wand from her mother and opened the barrier on the Isle, Maleficent escaped to conquer Auradon for the villains. Unfortunately, Maleficent was betrayed by her own daughter and the other villain kids, seen through them turning Maleficent into a lizard. Mal had not only humiliated Uma, but by turning her back on evil, she had also abandoned everyone on the Isle. The worst part was, though, that Mal was now the most feared person on the Isle of the Lost because her defeat of her mother meant she was more powerful than their strongest villain. Uma swore one day she would take revenge on Mal and her friends. As Uma plots, wonderful news is given to her by a goblin. After Arabella, niece of Ariel, caused a storm using her grandfather's trident, she lost control and sent it towards the Isle. Everyone on the Isle begins to search for the trident in hopes of using it for its power, or at least using it as a bargaining tool to get them off the island. But to get the trident, Uma needs some help. During this time, Captain Hook is hosting a race with the winner acquiring the ship, the Lost Revenge. Determined to win the ship, Uma assembles a crew, convincing Harry Hook to become her first mate along with Gil, son of Gaston, and many other rogue villain kids. They win the race, gaining the ship we see in Descendants 2, and taking the territories Mal once ruled. Now with Uma as captain of a whole crew, they are ready to find the trident, but the search seems impossible without the use of a relic of Ursula's. By restoring Ursula's necklace, the Nautilus shell will lead Uma to the trident. After threatening Yen Sid for the location of the necklace's pieces, they learn from the wizard the pieces are on the Isle of the Doomed. Uma and her crew find a trove of magic items on this isle, including the seashell necklace's pieces. Once the shell is completed again, it leads Uma to the trident, but right before she can swim and get it, Mal and the other good villain kids arrive. Mal and her friends took it upon themselves to retrieve the trident back for Arabella, so they reverse time to stop Uma from getting the trident, and Mal pulls it into her hands using another spell. With the trident again in the hands of the people of Auradon, it was returned to the museum, and Uma was once again left with nothing. Every time she tried to succeed in the world, Mal would stop her. She could never evade Mal's spotlight, but she wouldn't stop trying. With a ship and a loyal crew, Uma had everything she needed to oppose Auradon if they dared to defy her again, perfectly leading into the events of Descendants 2. Now it's time for the question of the day. What do you think her plans will be in Descendants 3, and do you think she will ever turn good? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, along with any other ideas you have for future Discovering Disney episodes. If you enjoyed this video, then click that like button. If you'd like to stay up to date with new magical videos, then click that subscribe button and follow me on Twitter. And to see more Watso videos, then check out some awesome pics over here. As always, thanks for watching, and have a magical day.